A landmark event set to take place in Washington, D.C. in just a few days. The UAP Disclosure Forum. That's where lawmakers, whistleblowers, and so many more will once again gather on Capitol Hill. They're continuing their push for UFO transparency. This comes amid growing pressure for full disclosure from the federal government, going past the 3 batches of UFO files we've seen unsealed so far. The most recent drop included this video on your screen. It shows mysterious reddish orbs of light just floating over a pond. Along with this week's UAP forum, another major development is also in the works. A new multidisciplinary team of scientists. They're being assembled. They're ready to supply their expertise to our nation's government on whether some of these sightings could be alien in nature. To break it all down, let's go to NewsNation special correspondent, investigative journalist, and host of Reality Check, Ross Coulthart, joining me now. Ross, I always appreciate you making time for us. Thanks for coming on again. Let's start with this upcoming forum. We've seen similar gatherings at Capitol Hill for quite some time now. This one, though, is set to be the biggest, a lot of great keynote speakers. What are you expecting to come from this event in a few days?
Good evening, Hannah. Well, I think what's going to be significant about this event is that it's an attempt to move on from the simple question of, are UAPs real? Is there an anomalous phenomena that's manifesting itself in orbit, in the oceans, and also in our atmosphere that needs explanation? We now know that's the case. This whole forum's all about trying to move on for that, to try and get a disclosure plan underway. And that's why it's quite heartening to see what the Trump administration doing with the announcement of this UAP governance panel and also with the science advisory panel that Professor Avi Loeb will be presiding over. They're positive moves, but I think the idea behind the non-profit Disclosure Foundation is that it's time for thinkers, people in the Congress. There's a notable batch of speakers who are going to be attending, particularly Senator Mike Rounds and Senator Kirsten Gillibrand. So that signals it's a bipartisan effort now. And the big questions that we're going to be trying to resolve, I'll be there myself, is indeed, what is a plan for disclosure? How on earth can we move forward with what will be, as the Steven Spielberg movie intimed, the idea of a momentous ontological shock to the human race? If the government does make a disclosure, what does that mean? And that's what's going to be discussed at the forum this week.
This is a great point. You and I have talked about these 3 batches of UFO files released so far. What do you see happening next when it comes to these files, Ross? Will the Department of War keep releasing them slowly, a trickle here and there, or will events like this week's Disclosure Forum lead to the total, full, and immediate release of whatever is left out there?
Hannah, I think we're being subjected to a bit of a tease right now by the government. I don't think they know quite what to do. At the moment, the big bear in the room is we've had all of these dumps of files which are basically acknowledging, yes, the Pentagon has been investigating UAPs, and yes, there is a mystery. And moreover, these can't be dismissed skeptically as weather balloons or atmospheric phenomena. The big bear in the room is the government going to address what David Grush, Lou Elizondo, Jay Stratton, James Lukatsky, and other key witnesses, some of them firsthand, have testified, which is that there is a legacy retrieval program for UAP technology and biologics. The claim that is not being addressed by the administration is whether or not there are aliens that have been recovered, both technology and biology.
Oh, and we're dying to find that out. You mentioned the UAP Science Advisory Council a moment ago. And just for our viewers, to remind them, this is a research team of scientists who are set to work alongside the U.S. government. It is led by Dr. Avi Loeb, of course, one of our guests, one of your colleagues, Ross. He is revealing more about the group, including that it includes at least one UAP skeptic, a devil's advocate, as they say. What did you make of this council, Ross? Do you think this is a crucial next step when it comes to transparency?
Look, I don't think there's any harm in having a skeptic, so long as they are a skeptic. and not a debunker. Michael Shermer made a number of quite pejorative comments about David Grush that he immediately deleted as tweets from his Twitter site when he was appointed to the advisory board of this council. And so I'm thinking we should test him by how he performs. Let's be fair. He's a skeptic, and skepticism's good. We need skepticism. It's important that we're skeptical. I like the fact that people like Michael Shermer, Mick West, and other skeptics keep us on our toes. It's important. We should be trying to hold to good science as much as possible. But when they start crossing the line into debunkery, and I certainly hope and I expect that Michael Shermer won't be doing that as a notorious skeptic, I hope he doesn't use his debunkery and his puerile and snide attacks on people like David Grush to colour the way that he addresses what should be rigorous and objective analysis before the Science Advisory Committee.
Ross, I always appreciate our conversations. I'm so fascinated by them. I can talk to you for hours. Ross Coulthart, thank you so much for coming on. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Thank you again.
Pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.